Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back with another very special guest, Kris soulless Moutinho. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, bro. Glad to be on. Thank you for having me, man.
Bro, thank you so much for coming on. Like I said in the beginning, dude, I am so pumped to talk to you, bro. I've been wanting to talk to you for a minute now. I know your schedule's pretty busy, especially up there training in Boston too. So let me go ahead and just get right into it, bro. How old were you when you started training MMA, bro, and what made you get into it?
So I was 19. I just had graduated high school, not really fucking with the college thing, and I kind of was just like looking around, seeing what I wanted to do. My coach, George, opened up a gym in my hometown, and then kind of just like fell into it. You know what I mean? He was like, it went in, sparred a little bit, got punched in the head a few times, realized this is what I was meant to do. You know what I mean? Get punched in the head, get some brain damage, and enjoy life a little bit. So I kind of just fell in love with it after that. Got my first fight 3 months in, and never looked back.
How old are you right now, Kris?
How old am I now? I'm 31.
31. So were you playing any sports in high school, bro?
I played a little. Played a little football growing up.
What
Wasn't very
position?
good. Uh, I played cornerback my freshman year.
That's all you played just freshman year?
Yeah, I played up until my freshman year. Yeah, I played like eighth grade, like sixth from sixth grade up until my freshman year, and then I found wrestling my freshman year, and that was it. I was done after that. After that, I was spent 4 years all year round wrestling nonstop, just clubs, all this other things. Try to get as good as I can. Once I found wrestling, found individual sport, I never looked back, man. I was never a team sport guy. I want all the fucking all the negative and all the positive all on me. And if I fail, it's my fault, not somebody else's. I can't blame somebody else for it. It's if I fail, it's my fault. And once I found wrestling, it's the truest form of that. Even to this day, man, wrestling is one of the hardest things I'll ever do. Even more than what I do now, and with MMA, wrestling's still the only thing that burns me out more than anything else.
Bro, I totally feel you on that. Like we were saying at the beginning, I'm training for a Muay Thai fight coming up just because, man, MMA is just so much on the body, bro, and there's so much going on, especially amateur levels, bro. I'm not getting paid shit for this, Kris. So, what weight class were you at in wrestling, bro? And then like, did the wrestling like did the singlet bother you? Anything like that bother you about it?
No, man, you kind of grow out of that really quick. Like the first couple times you got to put that thing on, it's really goofy, you feel uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
then it just becomes like anything else, man. It's just like walking around in like in a sweatshirt and sweatpants, bro. You just kind of wear it and you're just comfortable with it. And I was like smaller than I am now. I'm not a big guy as it is. I'm like 5'7". I was probably my freshman my senior year of high school. I was probably 5 feet.
Oh damn, bro. What weight
So
class were you at?
I wrestled 112 my
Oh
senior year.
damn, Kris.
Yeah, I was really tiny. I grew all my any height I gained after high school, and I was like 19, 20. So I grew had my growth spurt late and everything like that. So yeah, man, I was really small. I wrestled my freshman year. I wrestled 103, and then the rest of my years I wrestled 112. And it was again, it was a tough. It took me a long time to get good. I was a very slow learner, man. But once I hit my stride, then it was all done. My senior year I did really well. My junior year I did pretty good. So it was it made me who I am today. You know, without wrestling, without all that, without the dedication and the drive to get through that, I wouldn't be any of the man that I am right now. So I owe that sport and my high school wrestling coach still to this day. I'm super good guy, super respectful towards him, man. Without him, I wouldn't be here right now.
So growing up, bro, I gotta ask you this question. Were you getting into street fights or anything like that? What was your high school like? Because like it's crazy now. Like, how do your friends and family feel about all this? And like when you first started?
My family's super supportive, man. My mother is a rock. You know what I mean?
Solid.
She just wants to support me no matter what. Still to this day, man. I owe them so much. Again, but yeah, my I've never been in a fight in my life, to be honest with you. if I'm gonna be 100% real, I've never been in a fight anywhere outside of a cage. So again, I'm not. It has nothing to do within my head. I'm not an aggressive person. I'm pretty. I try to avoid conflict. I'm very uh against as much conflict as I can, man. I get super uncomfortable. I get super awkward. If I need to, I'll defend myself or whatever. But I've never had to. You know what I mean? I've never had to. I avoid those situations. So yeah, no. So it wasn't my school's my town's a very white suburban little. We're not over there swinging every day and everything like that. So nah, bro. It's never been an issue for me. Um, and I like it better that way, man. There's a lot of stupid shit that happens when you get into fights, man. I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm going to jail because I accidentally hit somebody and they go down, or vice versa to me. I end up a vegetable or something. Because man, it doesn't matter if you know how to fight, man. A street fight's not a fight. That's violence, and violence goes all different ways. You know what I mean? In the cage, there's somebody there to help us. I do this because I enjoy the sport of it. This is a sport, not a fight. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
why I
I'm
like
excited.
the gladiator bullshit. Like we could die. You could, but it's very rarely that ever fucking happens. And most of the time you feel very safe in there. I've never felt a situation where I feel like I'm gonna die in there. I feel like I've been fucking beat the shit. I've been beat the shit plenty of times, and I feel like, hey, I'm just gonna go home and get an ice pack, and I'll be okay. Eat some fucking shitty food. So it's funny to me when people try to make it more than it is. It very well could happen one of these days. I could get hit in the head and just not wake up, but very rarely I ever feel like that's ever gonna happen.
Do you remember the gym you started at when you were 19?
Yeah, my coach George Rivera, he fought in the UFC for 10 plus years. He fought guys like Anderson Silva, Chris Lieben, David Luazo, all those guys. He fought the who's who, fought Michael Bisping. He opened a gym in my hometown, man. And I owe that man. He taught me everything about this sport. He taught me what it was going to be like to be in the UFC. He was showed me how to be tough. He showed me how to be in there and be a dog. He showed me how to do all this stuff. He got me started in jujitsu. I'm brown belt now. So without that man, I wouldn't have been anywhere. You know what I mean? He gave
Yeah.
me all the lessons I need, in good and bad lessons, right? Learn what not to do, learn what to do. And it's shaped my look on other coaches I've had since then. You know what I mean? He's allowed me to see the great people that I have today and the great people that got me to where I am. So without him, there is no me.
Do you remember the feeling you had, bro, before your first amateur fight? Because I'll be honest with you, Chris, I was trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of there. So, like, what were you thinking, dog, on your first one?
I still feel that, bro. I still don't. I still look for the back door. Maybe I can sneak out the back. They won't find me.
Yeah, my stomach hurts. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you.
And I've been doing this 12 years, bro. It doesn't feel any better. The only thing I feel when I was an amateur, man, I enjoyed this shit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoyed that feeling a little more. Now that I'm old, bro, I don't enjoy that feeling no more. I don't like to feel like I don't want to be there. I don't like to get punched in the head. I like to get punched in the head, but I don't like it as much as I did when I was 22, 20, 19. When I felt like Wolverine and I would just heal in a day. You know what I mean? Now I walk out the gym and I'm fucked up. So like it was cool. It was wild. I felt great up until I got in the ring, and then I got in the ring and I still felt okay until I got kicked one time, and then I was like, yeah, we're good. I
Yeah,
got
we're
kicked
good.
kicked one time, and I was diving at legs, and I was like, hope to God I get this, and I ended up pulling it out. But yeah, it was touch and go after that, and then I won, and then that was it, bro. I've dedicated 12 years of my life to this shit now, and yeah, man, none of that shit's ever changed. You know what I mean? I tell that to
Yeah.
people, and I tell that to new guys and people that I've been training and helping train that are coming up that are a lot at the beginning part of this, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This shit never feels better, and never again. And all those people that be like, oh, they don't feel nerves. Even these guys that are the fucking highest in the world that are fighting with the most pressure, they just handle the pressure better. They feel everything that I'm feeling. They feel everything that you're feeling. They feel everything that your opponent's feeling. They just handle the situation better. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're not. They're terrified. Every one of them. You know what I mean? When I was an amateur and not getting paid for it, I actually had more fun. You know what I mean? There would be fights where I go in and I'm getting paid nothing to fight, just my ticket sales, and I'll end up owing money because I get my face cut open or something. And that was the best time of my life. You know what I mean? The 2000, 2013, 14, 15, you know what I mean? When I was doing this shit just because I love this shit and I wasn't getting paid. And I fought guys that ended up making it to the UFC. I was fighting some of the toughest guys in the state, in my region, like and not making any money, and it was some of the funnest fights I've ever had in my life. You know what I mean? And then you go pro, and it gets really real, and all that pressure gets a lot more serious and a lot more heavy. You know what I mean? Than it is when nothing matters. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, because you're kind of just fucking around. You're kind of like, if it doesn't work out, well, fuck, I'll go do something else. But when you're
100%,
kind of getting paid for it, you're kind of like, well, fuck, dude, I'm here now. We're fucking in
yeah,
it.
100%, 100%, and that's where it is. You know what I mean? That's where it is, and I'm on that way now too. Either way, you know what I mean. Even if and that's what I've been saying to a lot of people. Like I don't have the same, not the same drive. Like I have more drive than I've had in the recent years. You know what I mean? But I have this. I don't have the same where I need to do this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
I
no, I know
don't
exactly.
need to make it back to the UC. I don't need to do this. I do this because I want to do this. Right? I want to make it back to the UC. I want to continue to fight. I want to do what I've been doing for the rest of the last 12 years of my life, because that's what I wanted to do my entire life. You know what I mean? I want to be this, right? But if I don't make it back to the UC. That was God's plan, and I'll go I'll go off in the sunset, have a family, be with my girl, and just enjoy my life, because I have a great life now, man. I had a couple years of wondering if I was gonna have a good life, man. I have great people around me, great team, great coaches, great friends, great family, a very small, very tight knit circle, and I just love where the direction of my life God is pushing me towards, and it's gonna be great.
I love to hear that, Chris, for real, bro. Because a lot of people, speaking of the UFC, I guess I'll just let you get into it now. A lot of people don't realize, bro, you fought on May 28th, and then you had to fight July 10th for your first UFC fight. Can you kind of walk me through that, Chris, of what that feeling was like?
Yep.
Like from that fight after, how long from May 28th to Dana calls you and is like, yo, you trying to step up here or what?
It wasn't even like it wasn't. They offered me. I was supposed to fight before I fought Guido. They offered me another name, and that I took, and then that fight was months. So they really wanted me to fight even sooner, And then we both got injured during training camp, and that fight got booked. I was saying this recently to somebody else, man. It's like you can't say no to who they offer you, right? It's
Yeah.
like I got the 10-day notice fight again. That I felt really known. That was the only fight in my career that I didn't feel any nerves for, really, because it was just so quick. Everything was going so fast. Everything was going. I didn't even have time to sit there and think about what was going to happen to me, or how bad I was going to get beat up, or how bad I was going to beat him up, or what. I didn't really have any emotion in that fight. The only fight in my career. Now I'm fucking shitting myself every time I fight, whether I'm fighting a bum or I'm fighting the best guy in the world. Like it's now I'm scared every fight. But that fight I didn't feel nothing. The next fight after that was everything. It felt everything. They offered me a guy. I forget his name, but they offered me a guy. I took that fight because, again, my manager and coach Tyson told me, like, you say no, they only let you say no once. The UFC
Makes
only
sense.
lets you say
Yeah.
no once. And then if you're that guy that starts saying no, then they start fucking with you for the most
Yeah.
part. They're gonna give you the Umars and the tough Russian guys that you don't know them, but they've been killing everybody for the last 20 years. Like, you know what I mean? And so then I was like, okay, whatever, just say yes to whoever. So we got a guy. The camp was going okay.
It
Didn't
was
really want to.
Guido Canetti, so you fought after
Yeah,
Sean.
that's how I fought after Sean, but they offered me somebody before that. So I was supposed to
Oh,
fight somebody else somebody else. And then the camp was going well. We both got hurt, and then that fight got booked, got canceled. I healed up. It was probably a month after that. They offered me Guido, and then I took that fight. I kind of wanted to wait the year out and just get better and get and train and stuff and get healthy. And they didn't. It wasn't in the cards, man. They offered me Guido. I said yes. Took the fight. Uh, it's a fight that on paper I thought I beat him 99 out of 100 times. Again, I just all the emotion, all the pressure, all that stuff really got to me in this fight. And I froze up in there and got finished. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I understand why they cut me. But again, I usually see guys, they get 3 fights. And again, if I lost my third fight, I would have got caught either way. Or even if I won it, maybe still get caught. But at least I would have liked that opportunity to fight one more time in the UFC and try to make a good account for myself and show people what I'm truly able to do. Wasn't in the cards. God dictated the path that we are on now. And again, I went through some shit after the UFC and finally met the people I'm with now and got in a place that I am now. And I'm on a 3-fight win streak, looking to get another chance eventually, hopefully. So yeah, man, it's been a wild ride, but a great one.
All right, all finishes too. All finishes too since the UFC. 3 for 3 with 3 straight finishes, baby.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
man, it's been crazy.
so Kris, so like kind of backing it up a little bit. When they call you for that Sean O'Malley fight, did they call you or did you have a manager?
Yeah, I got a manager. My manager is also one of my coaches, Tyson Chartier. He's the
Oh, I know Tyson. He Calvin, Kattar, Rob Font.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
damn.
he's my manager and one of my coaches. I train up with the New England Cartel guys. They're my team now. I started with them like the beginning of last year, the end of
No
last year.
shit.
Yeah, the beginning or the end of last year, and it's been great, man. Great training. Again, it's the spot that I should have been for a long time. These guys are fucking animals, and they it's been very highly structured, great training, and it's where I need to be. I've grown leaps and bounds in the last year and a half, and it's showing in my fights. You know what I mean? There were skill sets that I just didn't have, and partners I didn't have, and training I didn't have, and uh it's shown, bro. Nobody's been able to make it out the second round and quick. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
finishing with submissions or TKOs or knockouts. Like I'm just putting in the work and just grinding. My hands look good, my feet look good, my wrestling's getting better and better. Again, that's the slowest part. And I wrestled most of my life. But it's once you I wrestled at a lower level. You know what I mean? Once you get to
Yeah.
the high,
Yeah.
that's where I need to get better. That's where I truly need to get better. My jiu-jitsu is good. My striking's good. I have to get the wrestling up to where these D1 wrestlers are and stuff. And these guys are helping me do that. They're helping me do it with everything else. And I to watch guys like Rob and Calvin and watch them lead the way while half my team this year got into the UFC. You know, I got guys like Connor Matthews and uh all the other guys that have made it into the UFC this year for my team. And it's just amazing because I know I'm in the right spot. You know what I mean? I know I'm in the
Yeah.
right spot. I'm in the right place, and I know I'm being taken care of.
And those guys are the kind of the same weight class as you too, man. So that's got to be amazing training with guys in your weight class too, bro.
Yep. There's no real guys over the 155 pound weight class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's our 155 to 135, and we got a couple guys that are a little bigger, couple guys that are a little smaller, but nothing really outside of that. So we're just a room full of guys that are just working all the same weight, all the same grind, and, all different skill levels from amateurs to pros. And it's the New England Cartel blew up this year, and we're not. It's not really 4 guys anymore. It's 12, 20 of us now. So we're just working.
Do you remember where that Sean O'Malley fight was at? Like the state?
Yeah, it was in Vegas. We were in the
It was in Vegas.
The T-Mobile Arena, and it was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I come from fighting in little ass venue halls and the biggest stadium I have been. The biggest thing I ever been in was Foxwoods, and it shitty little venue, a little arena in there holds maybe 3,000, 4,000 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That thing holds 20,000. You know what I mean? It was crazy. The lights are way brighter. But again, like anything else, you know what I mean? You fought, you understand it. Like once you are walking in it, you don't even see all the people. Like the lights are just so blinding and everything else. Doesn't matter if there's 5 people in there, 30 people in there, like or 4,000 people in there. You don't see any of them, right? You know what I mean? It all turns into mush, and you kind of just like go in there and fight. So it wasn't any different really than fighting in my backyard with like fucking 20 of my friends in there. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter.
So, bro, because dude, trust me, I know exactly what you mean. My last fight was a fucking escapade. It's a Spanish dance hall out here with fucking
Yeah.
barbecue pit chairs lined up. I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Uh, so, bro, when you get, was that your first time in Vegas too?
Yeah, my first, my
Oh,
not my
Chris,
time,
what the fuck?
not my first time in Vegas. Like I went to Vegas out there to train a couple times
Oh,
out
okay.
at Extreme Couture and stuff, but it was my first time ever fighting anywhere else really outside of my home state. Like I fought in Philly one time, but that was still another small show. And then yeah, it was just Philly and Vegas. Like I've only fought in New England my entire career. So it was weird, little culture shock to have to travel and it be on the biggest stage you could possibly be on, like a Conor McGregor card, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was Conor McGregor versus Poirier, huh?
Yeah, 100.
That's
percent
fucking wild. So, Chris, in the back, what? So, like, let's say we got about 20 minutes, like the fight before you just ended. What's going through your head, bro? Walk me through this, man. I've always wanted to know this, bro. Like, what it was like for you back there. I've always wanted to know this.
It's they run it like a very well oiled machine. Like again, you walk in there, you get in, they do a little fighter meeting, right? They do a little fighter meeting with Dana. He tells you how much the bonuses are going to be, right? How much the bonuses would be. Everybody sits. They put you in a locker room, especially on the. It was different for the Apex, but it was for the big show, right?
Yeah.
More locker rooms and all when they're in a stadium and shit. So they'll put you in a locker room. You'll just train. You're there pretty much by yourself with your team. You and your
Yeah.
team get their locker room. You train, you chill, you warm up, you loosen up, and it was just like any other fight. You know what I mean? I kind of just zoned out. Again, I didn't want to have to think about anything. I didn't have time to think about anything. So
Yeah.
again, that fight wasn't a real life situation. The Apex is a little different. They kind of just like you drive in 10 minutes before you're gonna go, you like 20 minutes before you're gonna go out, or
Oh
30 minutes
shit.
before you're gonna go out. They just line you up. You're in, the other guy goes out, they wrap you up, you warm up, you go out. So it's
Holy
just like
shit.
yeah, and then they just kick you out. Like you're not allowed to stay. It's not like these local shows where you get to stay and watch and drink and chill. Like you just leave.
Yeah.
You go the wheel you back to the hotel and or the hospital, whatever the situation's gonna be. And then that's it. And you go out and you enjoy your night. So it's just in and out, bro. You're there, you warm up, you fight, and then it's not. There's no lollygagging and joining, chilling, right? It's a lot different if you're like, obviously you're one of the big guys, the main card guys. It's a lot more snaz and like videos and things you might have to do
Hmm.
that day, but yeah, it's really just like you show up, you warm up, you get wrapped up, you fight.
Which one did you prefer, the Apex or Vegas? Like the vibe
Um,
wise.
they're both in Vegas, but it's yeah, the
Oh yeah, they
T-Mobile
are.
was
Yeah.
yeah, they're both in Vegas, but the T-Mobile's way cooler. Like again, it's obviously it's a gigantic stadium, holds 25,000 people or so, and
Hmm.
it's awesome, man. It's cool. It's a great vibe. Like you know what I mean. I've been just those are the things I've been chasing my whole life. Just those vibes, those moments. Getting to do this at the highest level. The Apex was cool. It's very a very small area. You know what I mean? It's a very small moment. It kind of feels a little eerie in there when you're
Yeah.
fighting. Only like 200 people or 300 people in there. Again, I don't mind fighting in front of no people, but it's just a different vibe than the T-Mobile was. It was crazy, you know.
Yeah. Chris, I gotta ask you this question too, bro. Gotta ask you this question. During the fight, you flipped off Sean's corner. What did he
Yeah.
say to you to make you flip him off?
No, that guy. They're all again. I don't have no issues with them. It's just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that whole week they were talking like you'd run into them, they talk some shit, or in his corner, Tim, what's his name? I don't know.
Welch.
Yeah, Tim Welch. He talks a lot. He'll talk some shit. The whole night he was talking across the ring to me, and I can hear him. And he's saying, "You told you weren't going to be ready." Like at the weigh-ins, he's talking shit to me. Then at the night, he's talking shit to me. So just every time I got the chance, I just flip them off, tell them, regardless if you beat my ass, I'm not a bitch. So that's the biggest thing my coach George was the first thing he told me when we get into the gym. My first couple times, like really taking fighting seriously and really training seriously and sparring and stuff. He's like, I don't care if you get your ass kicked. I don't care if you lose. You can't quit, and they can never want to fight you again. You know what I mean? If I
God,
walk up,
what a fucking statement.
yeah. So that's the only two things. I don't care if you lose. You know what I mean? That's the same thing I tell guys that I train and help train. And I'm like, I don't care if you lose. You can't give up on yourself, and you can't fucking when they walk out of the ring. You did. I don't care if they beat your ass. They just gotta never want to fight you again. It was such a bad night for them. It was just miserable for them. They don't ever want to fight you again. It's gonna be that kind of fight. Like you can lose, but you're gonna be a dog, and you're gonna work the whole fucking time and make it as fucking miserable for them as you can possibly make it. And that's what I've dedicated my life. I guarantee you, bro, regardless of him beating my ass, he don't want to go in there and have to bust my face up again. Like we can go do it again and again and again, 100 times and again. Regardless, if he might win all 100, right? Most likely, he's really fucking good. Like his footwork, his feel, he's beaten some of the best 35ers in the world, man. So again, I'm not saying that I was winning that fight by any fucking means, or if I go and I make all the adjustments I need to make, I win again. You know, I win the second one. It doesn't even matter to me at that point. All that matters is I know you're gonna when you fight me, it's gonna be a motherfucker, right? And that's what I've made my life around, you know.
Chris, also, dude, what so like I don't want to keep harping on this fucking laws. You can tell me to shut the fuck up at any moment.
You straight, bro. You straight.
So like when you're walking out of there, bro, did you realize at that moment like the amount of popularity and just like your level was gonna skyrocket from there, bro?
Um, no, I kind of did it before that. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
my
nice, nice.
it was doing that. I was doing that right as soon as I got the call. Because again,
Fuck yeah, let's go.
he made it like a big thing. Like again, he made it a big thing. Like he put it on his Twitch stream or whatever because he
Yeah.
he does all that streaming shit. And he made it a big thing. My announcement, and then my DMs blew up and everything else. I'm getting things like how am I die and this and that. And,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna get your ass kicked, and then I'm getting all the other guys are like, I'm gonna bet thousands and thousands on you, and maybe you better pull it out, bro. I need that money, like probably probably don't, bro. Probably don't bet the money. Don't bet the house. I don't know what's going on, but whatever, bro. So then after my win, it was like again, it was a cool fight. When whatever we put on a good show, I get the bonus, and then yeah, then I started getting a lot more. I still got some assholes talking to me, but I got a lot more positive messages about like how it was a tough fight. Good job, man. You never seen nothing like that. Whatever, all
Yeah.
that shit. It
A lot of
was
respect.
yeah, a lot more respect than assholes. You know what I mean? I harp on the assholes because like it just mean you just feel it a lot more. You feel
Yeah, bro,
the
just some TikTok fuckers just sitting at
yeah,
home, fat as
you feel
fuck, not doing shit.
yeah, you feel that one a lot more than you feel like all the nice comments. But no, I've had more nice comments than you know what I mean. The assholes I just get blocked now. They just once I know it's a shit comment, I just block you and I move forward, man. My skin got a little tougher. Like it was always being in New England, bro. You got to have tough skin, but it's a little more now.
Chris, I got about 10 minutes left with you, brother. Speaking of New England, what is it like living there, bro? And go, have you ever wanted to move from there, or you think you're there for the rest of your life?
I'm probably here for the rest of my life. My girl's family's all
Really?
here. Yeah, probably. Again, everybody, dude. I'd rather it not be cold all the time. Like you know what I mean. Out of the 3 months of cold would be nice. Going to Florida and sitting in the fucking beach and chilling would be cool. But now my family's here. I have a big family. I got 6 brothers, 6 of us total. I got five brothers, 4 brothers, 1 sister. You know what I mean? My whole family's here. They're all different ages. My mom, my dad, everybody's here. My girl's whole family's from Rhode Island, so we're all in this area. So there's no really reason for me to ever leave. And again, I feel like I get just as good. I've been to some super gyms. I've been to all the gyms. I went to Jackson's. I went to all these places like where I'm supposed to be feeling like I'm getting better training or there's better
Yeah.
guys. I come from an area where there's tons of killers, man. We just don't get enough credit for it. Like I get some of the best training in the world here, man. And I feel like coaching and all that stuff is subjective, man. I've known people that have coaches that you wouldn't even like. You look at, I know dudes that have coaches that look like, you look at them and you'd be like, that motherfucker don't know shit, and they're fighting in the UFC. You know what I mean? They're
Bro,
fighting at the highest place. It's
trust
all
me, I
about,
know exactly what you mean.
yeah. You just gotta have the mindset, bro. I feel like coaching is just so minimal to what you have to do. They have to teach you a technique. They know how to do a technique. You have to make it great. Like again, you're the one in there. You're the one in the ring. I have great coaches. Not saying anything like that. I have great coaches that know what they're doing. I've done this shit for a high level. But again, I think that's just one part of it. Like again, you can have the best coaching, know all the fucking shit, and go into a fight and still look like shit. So I've been to places. I don't need to go anywhere else. You know what I mean? I have great team, great people, great training partners. My whole family's here. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. I'm not really trying to go live, and then if I need somebody, they're fucking 1,000 miles away. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have everything I need here, bro, and I rather just ride from my state and grind, bro.
Speaking of coaching, bro, and I'll let you get up out of here, Chris. I know you got a busy day. Uh, how many days after that fight were you at the gym coaching already? I saw that picture going around about it. Everybody was making a giant deal about it. Dude, that was badass, man.
I think I got home. I think I got home on a Sunday because they send you home like instantly. Like I get
That's
fight was Saturday.
crazy.
Yeah, the fight was Saturday, and they were like, "Yo, go home tomorrow." So we got up at like 6 in the morning, hopped on the plane, and they were like, we got home. I think I at that time I was teaching on Monday, so I just went and taught. So it was like 2 days.
What
Two.
was your friends and family like when you got back? Was everyone going crazy, man? I bet that was a badass week for you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You had all the fucking people. Remember people? I still had the green hair, so people were fucking
Yeah.
everywhere, whatever. Like it was cool. It was like all that shit. I'm like super introverted. Like
Yeah.
I'm like a super shy person. So like when that shit looks cool when you're like 19 and you think like, oh, being famous and shit. And then you realize you don't like people talking to you. It gets a little it gets a gets a little different. Like, you know what I mean? So now I'm getting fucking run up on the street and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Just like, yo, what's up? Peace. Now leave
Had
me
to get rid
alone.
of the green hair.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's gone. This shit gotta go away. I kept that shit for a little while, but yeah, it needs to disappear.
Chris,
But
you're the fucking man, bro. I got tons of more questions to ask you, bro. I'm gonna keep this 35 minutes for you, man, so I won't take up 2 hours of your day. I'd love to have you back on, brother, and just finish the rest of what I had for you. But before I get you out of here, Chris, tell the people where they can find you, brother.
you can find me on the same places: Instagram, Twitter, all that shit, like Facebook, all that stuff. So yeah, man, just shoot me a follow, shoot this guy a follow, man. This guy's great, man. Thank you for the interview, brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all you fans that support or don't support, both of you. Without you guys, I'm nothing, and thank you for everything.
Kris Moutinho, folks, soulless. He's out this motherfucker. Catch him back in the UFC 2024, baby.
Thank you, brother. Peace.
Peace.